Hello students, this is Anne Duff from the U of G Career Service and Global Opportunities team. It is very important to our work and service to you, our students, that we keep up to date with the labour market and related news stories. Through all the noise of the pandemic in the last year, we have noticed that the messaging about jobs and work opportunities can be sometimes, bleak. We would like to take this opportunity to present you with some facts from our arsenal of knowledge about, specifically, the student and graduate labour market. We will introduce you to some of our graduate employment data and some students to hear their experiences firsthand. The Office for National Statistics has released data that shows that in September to November 2020, the unemployment rate for young people aged 16 to 24 was at just over 14%. Not great for the majority of students and graduates, right? Well, not quite. At the Career Service, whilst we watch the labour market right across the board, we are specifically interested in the prospects of students and graduates. And whilst it would be disingenuous of us to say that the labour market has not been affected by the pandemic, it is, however, a nuanced picture. So let's look at what this means for you. A 14% forecast represents those who have least to offer in terms of qualifications, skills and experience in this age bracket. Graduates have the most to offer in this age bracket in terms of qualifications, skills and experience. So this percentage forecast is likely to be much lower. Already the move to remote living and working has created expansion in the number of roles in e-commerce, AI, healthcare support, medical, finance, customer service, personal and professional coaching, marketing, education and mental health. You can read more about this at Jobs on the Rise, United Kingdom at linkedin.com. Students and graduates therefore need to think about pivoting their job intentions to these areas. Also consider expanding the radius of where you're prepared to work, as agile working may well mean you do not have to move. Edinburgh, Stirling, even Lanarkshire are closer than you think. Graduate labour market gurus predict it will recover in early summer, so get prepared by utilising the Career Service online resources. According to the Chief Executive of the Institute of Student Employers, there is some cause for optimism. It's a tough job market, but it's important to remember it's not totally on its knees. Our data shows it's 12% down, but if you flip that on its head, it means roughly 80% of pre-pandemic recruitment is happening again this year and next year, so there is positivity out there. Here in the Career Service, of course, we have our own vacancies database, which is like a little microcosm of the wider labour market. So what does it tell us about the state of the labour market? As you can see from the graphs, there's a big dip during the pandemic, but also the number of roles we are receiving and advertising on Glasgow Careers has been steadily climbing and is almost back to pre-pandemic levels. So that's the big picture data, but what's it been like out there for students in the world of work?
I saw this other internship, which was in digital support, and the entire internship was about the pandemic and the pandemic response as well. And I was really lucky and I got that during summer. And after that summer, I felt I had really lucked out with that work. So in September, I thought there was no point really in applying to anything else. I felt that there was a lot more competition than there were jobs. I applied to a few things and I didn't get them either. So I just felt that it was really competitive and nothing was really entirely relevant to me. I think what I realized was that a lot of companies that hadn't been hiring previously were hiring now, since they had to pivot to the digital because of the pandemic.
The first internship that I came across was offered by the Scottish Aquaculture Innovation Centre, SAKE, and I thought it was the perfect opportunity because it was related to my degree and it was offered remotely. I managed to get to the last stage, to the interview stage, but unfortunately I wasn't awarded the position. This made me a little bit sad, understandably, but it still made me really motivated to continue and to find something else, because it gave me hope that maybe for another internship I could go all the way and secure the position. I kept an eye out and looked through social media, looked through any sort of internship website that I could find, and eventually I found a position at Astro Agency, which is a marketing firm that operates exclusively in the space industry. And after the interview, the team suggested that instead of taking up the original advertised position, which was for a copywriter intern, they wanted to offer me a sales and marketing internship instead, which was a position that wasn't advertised but was available. I worked at Astro Agency for 2 months during the summer, and that was the end of my internship. However, the team did ask me to stay on further than my internship and become a part-time employee at the company, and I still work for them part-time at the moment. Why my story is a good example of a success story during a pandemic is because I didn't let the pandemic dishearten me. I didn't let it unmotivate me. I still remained really motivated and tried to find anything that I could do. I always kept busy, even if because I only started my internship in July, so leading up to July I would always be taking courses, I would always be searching for anything that was available online, sort of anything that could help me grow as a person. To not lose hope, there's always something there, and to keep on looking for and be really, really motivated and honest. That's what I would say.
We know it can be easy to get stuck in a rut with your thinking sometimes, especially when that thinking is maybe reinforced by both the mainstream and social media. So if you are stuck in a rut thinking that because of the pandemic and the subsequent consequences there are no jobs, there's no point applying because the competition is too high, or it's better to wait a while, let us give you some positive, informed signposting to help you pivot your thinking. Embrace a non-linear career. Look at where the jobs are just now. We cannot say this often enough or loudly enough. Every job, every experience has a transferable value, strengths, knowledge and skills. To find out about jobs that are recruiting now, use U of G careers vacancies, the Skills Development Scotland Job Hub, and Indeed student jobs. Read reliable and informed sources of labour market information that is targeted specifically at you, at students and graduates. Prospects Luminate, Target Jobs, at U of G Careers. It is true that we are living through a challenging time, and it is true that it's a weird time to enter the labour market, whether it's part-time, an internship or graduate job. We want to reassure you that although it's challenging, there are jobs out there, and that the graduate labour market is just that wee bit more insulated. Don't give up, and always know that we, here at the Career Service, are here to enable you to reach your potential. Good luck out there.